Alright, we're gonna square this up here. It's gotta come over. It's gotta come over. This is. It's pretty square there. Alright, it's gotta come over more. Put some more bigger nails in there. Want me to continue recording? You can if you want to. I'm going to just put extra nails in this, that's all. Nobody get cut on it. Get one in at an angle. for here. Okay. Well, today I picked up some plywood for the roof of the porch, little porch there that we're working on. Now the only thing left that I have to get is the roofing material, but that'll come after I get all this done. Looks like I'm going to have to buy a complete roll of rolled roofing because they don't sell it in small rolls, so there'll be a lot of waste there that I will not use. Right over here is where that 4x4 is going to go, and that'll be the support for the top portion of the roof against the building. Before that can be completed, we're going to have to remove that light, as I had mentioned before. Alright, what I'm going to be doing here is I took this cap off here at the top. I'm going to nail these two pieces of 2x4 in here like this. Okay, now this piece here represents this 8-foot, or almost 8-foot piece here that's going to go right here. So here's where we're sitting. Okay, with these two in here, I doubt we can get a 2x4 in here. Pretty close though, we might be able to. We got to remember, when we put this in, we can't go over the top of this. It's got to sit right here. When she rides up, she rides right against the shutter here. It's all been figured out and all measured. So what I'm going to do is pre-drill this, nail this on, pre-drill this, nail this on, if necessary a third one, and then when we get this beam in place, well, we got to come out with another beam here, and then we lag this into here. Alright, a little change of plans here. We did the 3 2x4s. I had to get out of my wood pile. It happened to be a pressure treated 2x4 because I didn't have enough, and I didn't want to cut up any more because I'm going to need them for the roof. But anyways, this is the piece here, and I was going to take a 4x4 and cut it 36 inches, which is the height of this railing right here at this point, and then lag it this way after I nailed it onto here. But instead, I'm going to use these brackets that I'm going to show you, and I'm going to put one here, one here. Then there's going to be a 2x6 cap going over here, similar to this rail here, because I had to knock off the little one I had here. That'll go up here. It'll be notched out for this. It'll come around. It'll be rounded out and over. So those two brackets and fastened to this, it should be quite stable. I'm going to show you the brackets right now. Alright, these are the brackets, and I was going to use them on the top of that 4x4 that I showed you up against the building to support the 2x6 that's going across, but we're not going to use these. Instead, we're going to take these and we're going to put them and put them just like this here, and nail them onto here, and we'll nail them into here. I do better with nailing than I do screwing. I usually strip out damn screws, trying to put them into the wood, especially the 4x4. It's somewhat harder wood than these 2x4s here. So we're going to put one here and one down here. And then when we secure the top to this rail, we'll put a piece in here to catch the rail. I have a bracket that I can drop that top rail across onto, or I could put a small 2x4 here and do it. I might do the 2x4. So as you can see, I got the brackets in here. Now what I'm going to do is nail them into this. But before I do, I got to establish the height to be from the height of this to the height of this, so I can have a cap similar to you see across the other side here. So we're going to do some measurement, and we'll get back on this video very shortly. Up here I'm putting in a 2x4 to sister up this one, and then notch out a little bit here. This was racked a little bit because of the damn 2x4s, even though I checked them in Home Depot. There's a little bit of twisting here and it caused a problem. So now we have to put a cap over here after we secure this, and we'll either put a 2x4 or we may put an L bracket here if I find another heavy duty L bracket. I'll have to see how many I got here, because originally I was going to use them up here for the 2x6 when it is secured here, but I can go out and buy more because I had to use an extra 2x4 here that would normally go into the roof in order to stabilize this. Even though it's going to have a piece going across here, it needs to be brought up so that there's not a lot of pressure against the siding. See, you don't want too much pressure going and pushing on the siding. The span of the roof is not even going to be 5 feet. The deck is only 4 feet. So I would say probably the span would be about 4.5 feet on the rafters. So 2x4s, and there'll be 7 of them here. The sheathing is it's 8 feet by 5 feet. But that's because it's gonna have an overhang. So we're gonna fasten this here, and that still should give us a pretty good wide entranceway, wider than the door right there, so there shouldn't be any problem coming in. And in the future, if I did want to put a door here, but I'm not going to do that, I don't think, I can always add it, but there's no point because the deck is really small, and basically I may not even close this in, but I can if I want to. The main important thing, as I said, is to have a roof over the top of this, and that's what we're planning on doing. Well, I cut out a 2x6 here for the new railing end cap. I'll have to do some sanding and smooth this out a little bit, and we'll go place this on the rail. Okay, gotta go nail this in. This is only temporary right now. Nail this in, and then we put the header in. Okay, well, there it is. Now, I guess we got to work on how we're going to angle the roof and so forth. Alright, these I think will work out quite well. It pulls it away from the building a little bit, as you can see. Probably about maybe a 1/4 inch. It's not that big of a deal. Now I was going to make this whole frame with the rafters and everything in the other 2x6 down on this end and put it up here, but physically I don't think I could lift it, and it's going to take like 3 or 4 guys to raise it up there, even without the sheathing, because it'll be pretty heavy. So what we're going to do is we're going to fasten it here, and I may have to pull this down to get my 2x4 in here, which means I'm going to lose my overhang over here a little bit on this end. But this is 92.5 inches. When I bought it, it's a 2x6, but I didn't realize it was not 8 feet. It was 92.5 inches. But that's okay. The plywood will overextend this, so it'll still be an 8-foot roof. So it'll have a little overhang over the steps here, probably only about to here. Alright, if you look up at the top, I put that 2x6 header up there. It's only temporary with 2 nails just keeping it from flopping over, and the nail bracket itself is already nailed to the 2x6. So instead of trying to build this thing on the ground and carrying it up there, it's going to be way too heavy, impossible to do. But what we're going to do, I'll take this piece here, set it on top of the header up on this rail here, just like this. And then we're going to put a mending plate. I've got 3 of them, here, here, and here. They'll be nailed in, and that'll keep this thing straight. And then we measure for the rafters and stuff, the angles. This way it gives us an accurate angle, because this thing will be firmly in place, that thing will be firmly in place, and we should be able to get a good angle. We try to build it on the ground, it'll always come off out of angle. So what we're going to do right now, I'm going to carry it up there. Now, this is the way this is going to sit. Now, normally I would have put this on, and the 7 2x4s, and it'd be physically impossible to carry that up here and place it in, even though the sheathing isn't on yet. So the first thing I got to do is to nail the mending plates onto the 2x6, and this, of course, is going to be out. This is for demonstration. The mending plate will go right like this, go down to here. It'll keep this thing straight on the vertical. The rest of the support will come from the 2x4s when they come down from here to here, and I'll establish that angle. The best way I know how to make angles, I don't bother with math and everything, because I'm no good at all on it and I end up screwing up. So we just do, when we get this thing where we want it, which will be right to the edge, the outside edge of this 2x4 header. Alright, then we lay a piece of wood representing a 2x4 on the outside edge of this to the outside edge of that. Draw a line, and there's your angle, and they all should be equal. But to make sure of that, we're going to do the same thing on this end, because they never know. Sometimes it could be 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch off. Alright, so that's it. We're going to get to work and put the mending plates on. Okay, and just for demonstration, this is how we're going to do it. Nail it even to the bottom here, nail it here. There'll be 3 of these, one here, one in the middle, and one near the end. I have to say near the end because this overhangs the 2x4 header by a few inches. So we'll put it like in here. This will keep it stabilized, and I can always put a fascia board over the top of that to hide this later on. Alright. So that's what we're going to do. We'll use this as a measuring point. First of all, we got to establish that we're going to have a 2x4 coming in here. So we start the mending plate, about a 1/2 inch in this area here. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to mark this mending plate with the marker. We overhang it by 1.5 inches. So we use this 2x4 as a reference. Okay. So now when we nail the mending plate on, we just like this. When these 3 are on here, we'll nail them right up onto the 2x4 header that's over there. Okay, so each one of these will get marked. These are probably 3 inches wide anyhow, but we're still going to mark because it's too easy to make a mistake. Alright, so if I was to put that here, I'll pull this down here so I can show you. This represents the 2x4 header. Comes out here like that. As you can see, if I follow this mark, it should be flush on the bottom. And won't be overhanging, it won't be hanging down the bottom. Actually, I can pull it in just a little bit. I can bring this in so that this line is about 1/8 inch in. So that way we're not going to have any sharp edges coming out from the header, because right now the deck is going to be open. So we don't want anybody reaching up there and getting cut on the sharp edges here. Not that anybody should be reaching up and going like this, but you never know. Alright, so now we're going to go and get some nails. Alright, we're going to put the mending plates on here. Let's see. This is going to be the top. This is going to be the inside. Mending plates will go out here because they're going to be flush down to the side of the 2x4 header. Well, I used number 6. They're a little long, but the next I don't have any number 4s. We'll use number 6. Do what we got. I bought nails, but no matter what I get, I always got to buy more. Pretty straight. Damn it. That's why I pre-drill. Three should be fine. Basically, that just holds it in place. Can't really pre-drill for this, but that is why I pre-drill. Alright, let's see. These nails here, these bend over very, very easily. Galvanized twist deck nails. They have always given me trouble bending over on me. Alright. Some more. Down here. Okay. Alright, now we're going to take this over to the job site. Grab those nails, Tom. You can shut the camera off. Nails here. Now we go down to this one. I'll grab some nails because we're not going to be able to reach that box after. Alright, mending plate's right here. Alright, here a little bit. Alright, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Nails are only going to go all over the ground. There's nothing much I can do about it. Vibration, you know. I could get out my ladder and do it better, and I will, but I'm only putting this up here for today to do the roof rafters tomorrow or whenever. Alright, one more mending plate. Alright, well I managed to get another nail in here. So there's 3 nails on each half of the mending plates, top 3, bottom 3. So that keeps it up there, and then when we put the angle up, which we're going to use this as a template, not today, but tomorrow, whenever, we'll do the, get up on here and we'll do the mark. We'll mark this, mark that. Matter of fact, we're going to mark it now and we'll see what the difference is on the other side. Alright, I'm going to show you what we're going to do here. This will represent a 2x4. It's the same width, piece of pressure treated pine. Now, I'm taking measure, the top of this is sitting even with the top of this. Even with the top of this, we draw a line here. Draw a line here. Make sure that pencil's working here. All right. All right. And what I'm going to do with this piece here is I'm going to cut it at these angles. Then we're going to come back with this and we're going to put it here. We're going to put it in the middle and we're going to put it on the end and see what the difference is. Alright, first things we got to do here is, this isn't the greatest piece of wood either, but good enough for getting to be used as a template here. Let's see. This angle's a little different. This angle's a little bit different here. This is why I always do it this way, making a template. Alright, we'll go over this other side here. Let's see if it will fit here. It ain't gonna fit here. Well, you can videotape it. As you can see, we're about a ½ inch difference here. This is why we got to make these things individual. We had a little rack here in the thing, so we had to pull that over with this extra 2x4 here and into the building here, but this is not cabinetry, as I had said so many times. We're not building kitchen cabinets or front room furniture or whatever. Alright. The angle is pretty good. It's just a hair short. But you know, we're not bad. The angle's pretty good. So we'll cut this about a blade width longer on the 2x. But we're not going to do that today. We're just going to wind things down and we'll continue with this project another day. So until then, good day.